All right, guys, thank you for joining me, the three people that are watching. I appreciate it. For everyone else who's watching this, I would have recorded this at 7 o'clock this morning. So today's live stream, or rather, midweek report, we're going to talk about Charlie Kirk, and the rumors and everything that's going around it. I think, guys, that this information about Charlie Kirk is more important than a lot of the other things that we might be talking about. Now, obviously, there's a few things I'm going to start talking about, over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, there's things that are going around that don't make sense, and there are things that are going around that do. Dan H. called me daddy. Thank you for the 5x5. Base Bunny. Thank you for the 5x5. Sarita. Dan, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it. So, with that, guys, there is a lot of rumors. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised by, I shouldn't be surprised, excuse me, by any of the rumors, but I am. And one rumor is that he's still alive. And I think, guys, that there's an inherent problem with society today because on this day and age, um, things are definitely, some things are definitely what it is. And him dying is what it is. We I can't get over the fact that people think that he acted through the whole thing. That's the more bizarre shit. That the fact that this guy, gets whacked and then puts on the greatest acting in his entire career by posturing, falling off the stage head first. Now, of course, that's impossible to act. I mean, even career stuntmen do flinch or will put their arm out, especially not from that height. Even from that height, they might actually take it on the face. But there are people saying that he's still alive. There are people watching other people in the crowd, and the problem, guys, with everybody's reaction is not everybody's reaction is the same, and so some people are on automatic pilot. Some people jump in to help when they have no helping, when they have no skills to help. And in Charlie's case, there was nothing that was going to be done. A lot of people are like, well, how come, this didn't happen or that didn't happen? There's nothing that was going to save that man. They have no helping. And in Charlie's case, there was nothing that was going to be done. Yeah. So, yeah, Chris, on my side, it's good to go. But sorry about that. It's probably YouTube. YouTube's been acting up real pretty badly lately, especially with the whole everything going on. YouTube is conveniently acting like an asshole. So whatever, and that's on the technical side, if you will. But anyway, um, and so there's a lot of theories. There's him not like again getting hit in the neck, and I slowed that video down. I must have slowed it down and watched it 12 times, obviously to make sure everything was not copacetic, but to see if I saw something. And one of the theories that are going on is this guy going around saying that it was a blood pack, right? So it was like a little, what the hell they call it? Squid or squib, I think that's the name. Um, and between watching that video, people are like, look where the blood's coming out. It's coming out of his shirt. And I'm like, I saw that video down numerous times, and the blood was coming out exactly where it was. Though from his angle in the video, it did look like it was coming out of the shirt. So a lot of people are going to believe what they're going to believe. Adriana said the same thing Chris said. It's coming. The audio's going in and out. Though from his angle in the video, but on my angle, sorry, from my lap iPad, I don't hear the in and out coming out. So audio's going in and out. I think I just heard it on mine. On my angle, sorry, from my and McGruff. That's the thing. So a lot of us have been in this wheelhouse, right? Or rather, this is our wheelhouse. violence, right? Whether you're an EMT, a fireman, a cop, a medical examiner, you know what violence looks like. At least you know what the aftermath looks like, right? From an EMT standpoint, we know what it looks like during and after. And that is every bit of him passing away. Again, the whole posturing and then falling off this, like leaning off the stage head first, like a body does. I haven't even seen a stuntman do it that way. Let alone Charlie Kirk is all of a sudden not going to be a stuntman. Not the not the best theories out there. There was another not a well, yeah, these are all theories. Even everything I talk about is a theory. Though, yes, I tell you, I'll bet my life on it. It's still a theory because we need hardened facts or someone to come out and say, "Yo, this is what it is." I do have something to read for you guys a little later in regards to Charlie Kirk and Tucker Carlson. So you guys are going to like what he has to say because it's everything that I've been saying about Israel and Charlie Kirk. Now, the numbers game is another thing. Everybody's like they're all of the numbers. The 47 sitting in front, and one guy's like, well, 47 plus 4 plus 7 is 11. 11, 11, 11. That's 33. You know, and 33. I'm like, wait, what? And one guy, his video, he was like, "Yes, guys, and you see that, and this equals 9. But if you turn 9 upside down, it's a 6. You had two more sixes, it's 666." I'm like, "Where the fuck did he come up with that number from?" He's like, and then at the angle of the sun was coming up at a 45-degree angle on the fucking 13th day of this month, and then in the cosmic numbers, it actually means this, but this month is not this month; it's actually this month according to this calendar from fucking the Mayan days. I'm like, this motherfucker lost his mind. I have never seen so much fuckery on the internet in regards to this. And yes, though we are all conspiracy theories, and the crazy shit is, I do think in the back of my head, I go, what if he thinks, what if he's right? You know, like, what if this guy's off the wall, what you call it is right? So I do have some kind of like things in the back of my head lay there going, what if this dude is right? But the number game, like, and there was a black hole in the vicinity of the Orgonic region of space, and there was a star, 13 stars, no, 33 stars were sucked into this, and there's no way it's a coincidence. I'm like, this fucking guy. And I watched the video for 45 seconds. In the 45 seconds I watched that video, I became stupider than I was 45 seconds prior to watching the video. Right? But then 45 and 45, that means that's 90, and the 90 degrees of the, I'm like, it was the worst. This guy was such a stretch. Such a stretch. And I'm just like, and granted, a lot of shit, or rather the universe, is mathematically designed. I forgot what scientist said it a long time ago. He goes, the way you would talk to aliens would be through math, right? It wouldn't be through the English language or whatever language they speak. It would be through math, right? So, yeah. Coincidence only happens subjectively. Jason, I guess that could be right. I mean, subjectively, but when there are things that happen with the same person, it's no longer a coincidence, right? So, like, oh, not Rosie O'Donnell. Oh my God, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, right? Um, there's too many people that she knows that had odd ways of passing away. Charlie Kirk was a message, that much I know. Everybody else that Hillary Clinton talks to is not a message. It's, well, I guess it might be, actually, because it seems like anybody and everybody who knows her passes away, right? Again, but that's a different subject for a different day. So there are a lot of theories out there, and the blood theory, that's another one. That's where the why isn't there blood all over his sneakers? I'm like, I tell people all the time, replay the video. He leans over as he starts draining out, if you will, and he misses his sneakers and he hits the ground head first. All right. And the crazy shit is, even if he would have survived that, when people were saying he was stable, he was paralyzed, undoubtedly paralyzed. Even if he survived, he'd be a vegetable today. All right. And if he wasn't a vegetable, he'd be in a chair like fucking Christopher Reeves, fucking blowing in a tube, rolling around. That's no fucking way of living. Though society has you think being paralyzed is And technology today is worth it. It really isn't. There's a lot of downsides to being that badly hurt, or paralyzed rather. Excuse me. Um, but yeah, and guys, we're never gonna know the truth about this. The second shooter, I shit you not, it's like the grassy knoll thing. The second shooter was off to his right. I'm gonna put the video. I'm gonna try to find a clean video so that you guys can see it. Um, there's a second shooter in the window, off to his right, not in front of him, not to the left side of him. His right would be this. My right, excuse me. It's probably on the screen. It's the left, but my right. And there's a video of from the right angle of Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is here. The shooter's up in a window, possibly 2, 3 stories above him. Has a clean shot. Building's a lot closer. And then you see the muzzle flash. And you can't deny it. Like, not even a little bit. Right? So, all of that being said, there is a second shooter, if you will. And the second shooter is the first shooter. And the second shooter would be actually the guy on the roof who was all of everything that happened for the shooters to get away. Right? Nobody once looked to their right. Everybody looked up straight. And so I'm wondering if the guy in the black shirt who was giving the signals was, but then again, that kid had not, that kid looked like when he heard the shot, there's a video, it looked like his head jumped up to see if what was going on, and then he immediately booked. I don't know. But sorry, the guy in the black shirt was speaking to the military guy in front of him. They looked like they were both signing each other. Who knows what? I said that there's a security guy in the crowd. He might have been it. Um, I don't think those guys had anything to do with each other, especially the guy in the white hat. The guy in the white hat was Doctor. God, I can never fucking remember his name, but he's a doctor. He's the best friend of Charlie Kirk, like a really close friend. They do a lot of shit together. They did a lot of interviews. The guy in the white hat, they're friends. The guy in the black back is the security force, and the guy in the front with the military colored, what you call it, who's the security force as well. That's not saying that they weren't bought off, but um, the kid in the back, if there's a video, if you can find it, he it looks like when a shot goes off, he raises his head as to see what the hell is going on, almost as if he didn't know what was going on himself. And then obviously he made a run for it, and he got away. But supposedly his father turned him in, and there's talk of, and it's starting not to be a rumor anymore or a conspiracy theory. Apparently, his father was supposed to be given the reward for Charlie Kirk's shooter. His father belongs to a socialist party, not a Republican party. In fact, his father was supposedly receiving donations from some socialist party, and that's also another uh, rumor as well. And rather, I forgot who reported it. I'll find it for you now. Come on, Jesus. It was Tyler Robbins' father. Uh, it's on a website called America First with Donald Trump. And apparently, a lot of this funding was for the Democratic Socialist Association, DSA, if I said that right. And he has an affiliated account with his Socialist Party. That just came out as well. A lot of this, guys, isn't making sense. Too much is starting to come out. And you would think an assassin this day and age, would, or an assassination in this day and age would be a little more clean cut and not have so many loose ends. If we start hearing of loose ends dying, then we know what this was. Again, I will die in the hill that this is Mossad. There's nothing that's going to make me think otherwise. His best friend's father was a socialist. According to this, it was the shooter's father, if I'm not mistaken, who was part of it. Again, a lot of the information needs to be cleaned up, Eric. And yes, according to this, it was. You know what? Maybe you're right. I gotta find the information on this. But according to this says his father. But you guys are saying his the best friend's father, right? That's what BF stands for, right? Best friend. Okay, whatever. Um, America First with Donald Trump. Let me see if I can find the actual link, or rather the actual. So outside of that, guys, um, sorry, I can't. America First with. Well, maybe it was on Truth Social, and I don't have that app. Yeah, I don't have the app, so I can't find it. But anyway, maybe you got boyfriend. Oh, boyfriend. Come on, man. You can't put BF. Uh, boyfriend. All right, yeah. Cause I'd say BF is his best friend, not boyfriend. I guess I don't fucking know. Whatever. Still, right. So that's another. They said it was confirmed. I got to find out for myself because there's a lot of shit floating online. What was the other? There's a couple of other theories out there. Oh, the shit from Ben Carlson. I'm going to talk about Ben Carlson. Tucker Carlson, right? It was America First with Donald Trump. America First with Donald J. Trump. Yeah, that had to be Truth Social, and I don't have it. And now I'm going to, and look, I'm a little wary of it now, even more that it's with Donald Trump's um, Donald Trump's Truth Social because anything could be spewed on it, right? And I take my information, man, like with a grain of salt. Also, by the way, Robert Redford passed away. For those that might not know, it's his death is being overshadowed by the Charlie Kirk situation. But Robert Redford, the actor, best known for Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, did pass away yesterday. So just putting that out there now. So let's see if I can find this thing from what's his name? Oh, here it is. All right, so Tucker Carlson reveals that Charlie Kirk told him many times in private, sorry, that he did not like Benjamin Netanyahu. Nobody does. The guy's a fucking devil himself. Venezuela coming soon. He says Kirk saw Netanyahu as a destructive force and was horrified by the children being killed in Gaza under his leadership. Kirk believed Netanyahu was draining the lifeblood out of the United States to serve his own ambition and his country. Carlson says Charlie Kirk's Israel donors tormented him until the day he died. Um, that's two people that passed away. Bass Bunny. I'm just saying he passed away. I'm not saying anything else. I mean, the guy was old. Yeah, he was 89. But yeah, he passed away. Apparently, there was an article that came out about him the day before he reported dying. So he might have been really sick, um, and that's what they were reporting. But again, Charlie Kirk wasn't wrong. That's the thing. Listen, I went on my rant yesterday about the little hats, the tiny hat people, right? And my experience with them and everything they do, especially upstate New York. If you guys learned about half the shit they do upstate New York, as far as draining a lot of towns, turning a lot of neighborhoods into shit because they take funding out of those towns and out of the educational system up there and they put it into theirs, which their towns are always outside, with the exception of Curious Joel, right? The town upstate New York. Their pattern is the same everywhere around the world. That being said, when people start waking up to Israel's bullshit or the tiny hat people's bullshit, I'm like, welcome to the club. I've been there for over 30 years now. I have known their bullshit forever. The one percenters or five percenters, whoever they are, or the black Israelites, if you will, those are those brothers that sit on the corner yelling and screaming at people. Fuck you, devil, you white ass devil. Those dudes. Um, they have always talked about the history of Israel and who the true Israelites are. Now they seem to think they're the Israelites as well. They're not, but white people in Israel now are not the original Jews, if you will. So there's a lot of history that's being buried. The Vatican has a lot of that as well. The Vatican also backs Israel for some strange reason. They have a lot of their history in the vault and a lot of their truths in the vault. Yeah, the tiny hats, man, are bad news. Always will, always are, and always will be. They will always be in power. The one thing they got right is they stick together. Now, I'm going to mention a book on here that's probably going to get me in trouble, but Mein Kampf. If you read the book Mein Kampf, everything they are currently doing today to this world was in the book Mein Kampf. We all know who wrote that book. And that's the more scariest shit. And if you get a chance to get a copy of it, or if you read it, you're not going to like what he has to say about the tiny hats people, but he is, in fact, correct. That's the problem. Um, yeah, so just I'm going to leave that there. And don't, and I'm at a point where I don't give a shit what I'm going to get in trouble for anymore, because it seems like this YouTube thing is going to implode. In fact, there is talk of restricting social media even more. So the video where we're talking about uh, not being here soon because I might be deleted. If they pass those bills, and I have to look them up, but apparently there's more restriction, or rather, you can get in trouble for saying things they don't like on the internet and linking it to you getting fired. They want to make that legal. I thought it was a joke. I looked into it, and apparently it's talk right now. The politicians haven't they haven't put an executive order together, but they're looking to change the way we speak on the internet. So yeah, we're definitely headed to some bullshit. And Charlie Kirk's death is going to affect us all the way around. It's going to affect the Second Amendment. It's going to affect the First Amendment. It's going to probably start ripping at the Constitution even more. So yes, be careful what you wish for when you start looking at. Be careful what you wish for when you turn around and you want the people to get fired for talking the shit that they're talking about Charlie Kirk. Be careful what you wish for when you wanted trans shooters to have a psychological to make it illegal for them to get firearms. Be careful of that shit, because it affects us down the line, and it will affect us down the line. Not that it might, it will. The pattern is starting to form, and I am paying close attention to what that pattern looks like. That pattern is going to lead us all in the same boat with not getting firearms and getting in trouble every time we say some shit. Europe right now, or rather, excuse me, the UK right now, apparently if you make offensive memes online, you can get arrested. And I've seen enough of those videos, and they are not fakes. At first, I thought they were fake. I thought they were staged. And they're not. They're real. People are going to jail, or at the very least getting arrested and getting fines for making comments that people don't like. Be careful what you wish for. That's all I'm going to say. You're not going to like where this is going to go if these new laws, restrictions, and regulations come to fruition. All right? That's what we have to be careful of. A lot of people. Eric, yes, it. So no, it does protect you from your employers as well. That's what people fail to realize. Your employer, there's been a couple of cases where free speech can protect you from your employer, because you're still working, especially if you work for a city agency. People don't think to fight it, but you can fight it. No one wants to fight it, and you're protecting on free speech, because then your employer can fire you for anything you say, right? Anything you say, they can fire you for. That's why you're protected under your free speech, even under private employers. People forget that part. There's a whole argument about that till this day, and there was a couple of cases won based on that. So you're still protected. You just can't make any threats. Now, when you make threats, about people passing away or you wanting to have more people pass away, yeah, you can't then make that you can't make that comment without some kind of problem. But you can definitely, you're still protected under the First Amendment. You know, I had this. As a matter of fact, I got in trouble with the job for saying certain things, and I was covered under the First Amendment because I pointed out that you tell us when we get sworn in to protect our constitutional rights and to protect the Constitution, and with that, me getting in trouble was minimized. I still got in trouble, but it was minimized because I got them on that, but they got me on like conduct unbecoming or some shit like that. Whatever, it was stupid. Um, Nonetheless, who the hell's Neil McCoy? Ward is a good, reliable source on what's going on in the UK. Roger that. I'll look up Neil McCoy Ward. Absolutely. And yes, Vincent, thank you for bringing that up. Shapiro taking over Turning Point. Now, Turning Point was, as I forgot who put it. Who was I talking to? That's Hudson Valley Survival. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. He said it yesterday. When I talked about Shapiro taking over um, Turning Point USA. Turning Point USA is a Christian organization, right? And how is Ben Shapiro taking over a Christian organization? There should be other people taking over. Maybe Candace Owens, right? Maybe Charlie Kirk's wife. But guess who's taking it over? A tiny hat. Keep in mind, Israel was trying to Benjamin Netanyahu was trying to donate big to Turning Point USA, and Charlie Kirk turned it down. In fact, Charlie Kirk was turning down all his other donors as well. They wanted a Jewish voice in there so that he can stop attacking Israel. And now he's gone, and a tiny hat took his place. That's a coincidence, no? Here's a better one. They're looking to pass a law. This is what I meant to say. I was getting confused with what I was talking about earlier about our First Amendment rights getting taken away. They are looking to do that, but there's another. Eric, Candace Owens was a lunatic when she was talking about her dismay with Israel, but now it's all starting to come together. So she's not looking as crazy. I do think she's a little bit off on the offside because some of the other things she said, but nonetheless, she's definitely on track. She's definitely on track to being next. I tell you that much. But they're looking to pass a law specifically for people or companies who talk out against Israel, or have, I think, his employees as well. But if you talk out against Israel or you stop donating to Israel, they're looking to pass a law to get those companies in trouble. Vin Lago, you're right, but that's where they're headed right now. Let's see if I can find. I saw that shit and I was like, wait, what? I saved it on Twitter, so I got to look that up. But apparently, they're definitely looking to make it hard to say no to Israel. Hence, that 50 states one Israel campaign or project that's going on. It's all bad, man, and everything is designed to make them look like the better people. Always be cautious. Israel's using the same tactic as the Chinese are using, trying to make themselves look like the hero when they're in fact our enemy, right? Um, Israel, and again, I've always been enlightened by their bullshit since I was a kid. Always. This video, in fact, if you know somebody from Israel's watching, they'll be like, oh, yes, Chris Wallen, exactly. You could burn an American flag, but God forbid you burn a Jewish flag or any other flag for that matter, right? You have an LGBT flag, you're homophobic. Jewish flag, you're anti-Semite, right? You can burn our flag all day, but you can't burn theirs. In fact, There's a video going around that you guys have to find. If I can find it again, I'm going to try to post it. But there's a video going around of a guy asking ChatGPT. He has a talking version. I didn't know that it can talk to you. How behind in times am I, right? Fucking all of 2 weeks. But um, he talks. He asks ChatGPT to make jokes about other nations and other people. And ChatGPT made all the jokes except when he goes, "Can I get a funny, lighthearted joke?" I repeat, funny, lighthearted joke about Jewish people or Israelis. No, Jewish people. And ChatGPT responded, "I like to keep it friendly. I don't want to make any uh, racial or bad jokes about Jewish people." He talked about, he said the French, the United States. He went to all the people. When he got to the Jews, all of a sudden ChatGPT didn't want anything to say about it. You can actually do it yourself. If your Chat GPT talks or whatever it is, do it yourself and watch how it responds when you talk about Jewish people. All of a sudden, Jewish people are wounded retards, right? You're not supposed to beat up on tards? Well, yes, that's all of a sudden how they are. But yeah, and Ben Shapiro, man, there's a look on his face now that he's never had before. I followed Ben Shapiro for years because he does make common sense. I stopped following him as of recent when his facial expression or the look on his face changed. There is a darker look to Ben Shapiro's face. I don't know if it's coincidentally the lighting that he's under or there's a look in his eyes, but something is off. Yes, Sam Altman's also a little hat. Yes, right. And he was another one that was trying to get Charlie Kirk to talk, or rather, stage an intervention. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm siding with Candace Owens on this one. I don't. I mean, I'm not a big fan of a lot of shit she says, but I am undoubtedly on her side because I know what's going to happen next with her. She's got to be on their target list if anybody else. Officer Tatum, I don't like that dude. Uh, I saw a video with him. It looked like I talked about it with last night. Officer Tatum with Benjamin Netanyahu, not good, man. No, Winter Homestead. He is absolutely there's more of a darker tone to him, and it's crazy. It Tiny Hat Fatigue. Thank you, Steel City. It's incredible watching that. I'm like, yo, why does he look like there was a video where the lighting was almost like this, like a ring light in front, and he had this look in his face. And I'm like, why does he look more like mean or evil? What the fuck's going on? Yeah, Officer Tatum is a tiny hat dick sucker. I saw that video with him where he was like, "I went to Israel. It was the greatest trip ever." Yes, they treated me. You see how he talks. He's fluid when he talks. Not fluid, but he talks like street and fluid. And he's like, "Yo, man, you understand?" When he did that video with Israel, it looked like someone had a gun off the screen to his head. He was like, "Israel was one of the greatest places I ever lived." He looks off screen. And yes, Benjamin Netanyahu is my hero. I love Israel. I was like, ill, fucking ill, dude. You fucking kidding me? That he was just like, oh, it was a bad video, man. I was like, like I wasn't a big fan of him because he's trying to position himself in that Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro world, and he's not quite in yet. Man, he was up fucking Candace Owens' ass. I mean, who wouldn't, But he was up her ass, and then that whole thing started breaking down. Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk started separating from each other. Sam Altman got involved. Then Nick Fuentes, fucking out of left field, he starts his bullshit. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? These people are fighting the conservatives, but as soon as Charlie Kirk as started asking questions about Israel, Ben Shapiro stopped liking him. When Candace Owens started asking questions about Israel, Ben Shapiro went on a frontal attack with Candace Owens. There's a whole thing on YouTube about this. It's a whole saga, if you will. This happened about a year ago, if not maybe a little more. Follow the saga and look who's involved. It's always the tiny hats. Always. With that being said, guys, I have to go off the air because I got to get to work. I'm running late. But yeah, man, be careful of the bullshit you step in because it's fucking real and it's getting thicker and bigger. Outside of that, guys, thank you for joining me. I will probably be talking about this again Friday night from a different aspect, or rather more information on the tiny hats and their bullshit. But nonetheless, thank you for joining me so early in the morning. And yes, Steel City, he hangs on Israel's nuts hard. Thank you for putting that in the chat. I appreciate it. And see the rest of you guys later. Thank you, guys, and have a great day.